Jeff helped us dream. Tim and I had come up with about 10 or 11 things that we both really wanted in a house. We didn't know the area that well, so we didn't know exactly what area we were looking in. And he went through tons of houses, and he really paid attention and watched my reaction as we walked through houses. And he would know. He'd be like, he'd watch me and he'd go, no, this isn't your house. And we'd go right on to the next one.
He was able to know exactly what the opportunities and the availability was, even though we didn't, that he had a finger on exactly what we were looking for, which, as it turned out, was absolutely correct, because when we walked into this particular house, it met everything that we had been looking for.
So we were working with a realtor that just wasn't giving us what we wanted. And we gave up on looking for a house. And it wasn't until we met Jeff that had that industry experience and that we knew that this was the right step. With Jeff, I told him exactly what I wanted and what we were looking for, and he was willing at any time of the day to drop everything to show me that house.
He's easy to speak to, but I can tell that he is trying to formulate in his mind what we need from him. And he's listening to what we're saying and working out a game plan so that way he understands what he needs to do for us.
I'm 29 and this is my first home, my first house buying experience. Jeff was really good at walking me through each step. Yeah, it seemed like Jeff kind of just knew what to expect in everything.
What I really came to trust Jeff with was the fact that he was going to be available. Jeff was always able to be reached at any time of the day or night, whether by text or phone or with email. Jeff actually never wore down. He was always eager and willing to go with us anywhere, anytime, weekend, evening, early morning if we wanted him to.
When you hire Jeff as a realtor, you're also getting his team. And we were all communicating on the same feed together. It really freed him up to be able to focus more on us.
Jeff has a support team unlike any other real estate agent in the area. He's the most competent and experienced real estate agent that I can recommend.
I mean, he made it extremely easy from the looking at the houses and reviewing what's wrong or what's not wrong with them to the mortgage team that he suggested us to go with and him. We really got what we wanted and quickly.
It was very clear that Jeff, his entire interest was in us finding a house that was going to be perfect for us. It was not how much money he was going to make, and he was going to look at hundreds of houses with us if that's what it took to find the right fit.
Jeff was suggested by another realtor that I was talking to at the time that he would be better with the needs of the house that I was looking for in the area in which I was looking. I actually mentioned to him, I said, I know you're not making a whole lot of money on this house, but it was nice just to be able to call him and or to shoot him a text, and he'd be able to respond, and even in the low price range that I'm looking for.
And he understands what property owners want. Not all property owners want a 5-acre lot. So if local zoning restricts to a 5-acre lot, he'll help to create something that people can maintain 2 acres.
We wanted more home than land at the time, and we were trying to convince ourselves that we wanted this home, but he also took us back to, you're not going to be happy with this because you said that this was a deal breaker.
One of the biggest things that he helped us with was in negotiating the price for the house, and really gave us a lot of information when it came to offering an accurate offer. And our offer was accepted right away. And on top of that, he was able to go back and get concessions made from the sellers so that it saved us even more money, several $1,000s as a matter of fact.
Jeff negotiated for us on the home, and he did that really well. At one point, we were going back and forth where they wanted to negotiate a higher price than what we offered, and Jeff kind of gave us some advice to stick with what we needed, and they ended up taking it.
When negotiating for my deal, Jeff was really good at suggesting things that we could throw back onto the other realtor and saying, hey, look, we want this fixed and taken care of. Also having the other realtor come down and in price so that we could have things fixed like the electric panel and things that needed to be updated.
Well, I want to help people. I think I have a pretty good eye for value. I like to look at things how they are now and how they can be when we're done, and apply my abilities to make that happen. Pay attention to detail. Most importantly, listen. What do people want? And try to deliver that. There's no better feeling than going to a closing and creating a win-win situation where the buyer's happy, the seller's happy. We all hug afterwards. Quite frankly, sometimes we cry. And I really want my clients to be a friend for life.